This guy comes up to me. He goes, "Do you just hate wearing underwear?"
What?
I didn't really know how to take it, so I just responded with, "Oh my God, I know my flaps are like so long, like I can't contain them."
No, you didn't.
It's Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sofia with an F. I am recording from WTF Media Studios in Soho, New York, the sexiest studio ever. Almost as sexy as how my voice sounds right now. Some people would say chain smoker. I think like Scarlett Johansson. And I'm here with Bran Flakezz.
Hi.
Bran, I am so happy you're here. How long have we known each other?
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
What have I told you? You're coming to my wedding.
Yeah.
You're in my top 5 best friend group. I'm not joking. Like when we met each other, it was instant chemistry.
Yes.
Right off the bat.
The banta was there.
And people are going to hear it. Bran and I can just go back and forth for 7 hours. It might not be entertaining for anyone listening.
We'll make it entertaining.
Yeah. But I mean, as long as it is for us, we're fine.
100%.
We met in the Hamptons. And I think that's where we should start with like our origin story.
Yeah, Sofia and I met 3 weeks ago on a Patron trip in the Hamptons. And I knew we were going to get along because I said the most unhinged thing. She was telling somebody, you were introducing yourself. You're like, Sofia with an F, not a PH, not a PH. And I just turned to her and I go, this is really weird, but if you ever do like a Vagisil campaign, like you could literally be like, I'm Sofia with a PH. And I didn't know if it was going to land, but it landed beautifully.
That's, you know how witty that shit is? Like why have I never put 2 and 2 together?
So I think I just came up with a marketing deal for you.
That's huge. That's amazing.
If anyone wants to work with Sofia with a PH.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, my pH balance is perfect.
5 stars.
Yeah. 5-star pH
5
balance.
5 stars on Yelp.
5 stars on Yelp. So that was our first conversation we had.
Literally our first conversation. I don't even think you knew my name. That was the first thing I said to you.
Okay. And then I probably learned your name like 4 days into the trip.
Yeah, probably. No, you were good.
No, I remember I was like, you are my favorite person here.
Oh.
We are going to rate everyone on the trip 1 through 10.
Yeah, we have to do a pyramid ranking.
Yes, a pyramid ranking.
But obviously we're at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe we should just say we're at the bottom so people don't get annoyed.
True. That's true. Very fair.
Yeah. But that weekend, so much went down. It was so fun. And it was like the best group of people, but it was a lot.
It was a bender for sure.
Yeah,
like when you're with an
bender.
alcohol company, like you're gonna drink. And I always go into it like, this is work, try to be professional. Patron was like, no, get blacked out. They were like, please, like we're ordering another bottle. And I respect them for that. And no one died, so.
No one died. And there were no mishaps. I mean,
mishaps.
Maybe 1 or 2, there was someone in the Sprinter van who was standing up on our way home. And when they stepped on the brakes, he went flying across the Sprinter van into the front on the floor. And I think he was like 6'3". But aside from that, it was amazing. What else happened in the Hamptons? I'm like, I can't even think right now. Vagina Gate.
Oh.
We're going to talk about the Hamptons and not talk about Vagina Gate?
Yeah, I forgot about Vagina Gate.
How could you forget when
it wasn't my vagina?
I mean, how much did I talk about it? Like, people started to get annoyed. People were like, okay, so Sofia, you told this story 78 times.
Yeah. Do you want to tell it again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Until I'm blue in the face. Until I die, I want to tell the story. So basically, I was wearing a little tiny white skirt, okay? And the skirt was very short. And we went to Surf Lodge way before anyone got there. It got crazy and way fun later. But as the group, the Patron group, we're all taking pictures of each other. And I'm looking back at the pictures and I'm like, okay, Sofia, your vagina is about 1.5 centimeters away from hanging out and being visible. Like it was like right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The paparazzi puss was coming out.
100%. I was giving Brittany, I was giving Lindsay, who else has done it? Paris, all of them. But it wasn't cute. Like it wasn't.
I
mean,
thought it was tasteful.
You did.
I thought it was tasteful puss. You were really good with crossing your legs.
That's what I want to point out. Because after I saw those pictures, I was like, now I have to be cautious about this.
It was an inside joke with the people on the trip that you weren't wearing underwear, but then someone who was not in our group, a straight male, pointed it out in a way that was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'll explain it. So I'm like crossing my legs like this. By the way, when I say like this, that means you should be watching this on YouTube. Go hit that subscribe button. There was no way you could see my vagina for the rest of the night. But this guy comes up to me. This is like 4 hours later. And he goes, "Can I ask you a question? But it's really personal." I'm like, "Yeah, go for it. I'm an open book, baby. I'm an open book. I'm an open vagina. Let's go." He's like, "No, it's really, really personal. Can I ask you?" I say, "Fucking ask it already." He goes, "Do you just hate wearing underwear? Like, do women just hate wearing underwear?" No laughing, no giggling, no nothing. Like it was like an angry, like it came out of anger.
Yeah.
And it was very bizarre. And I didn't really know how to take it. So I just responded with something like, "Oh my God, I know my flaps are like so long, like I can't contain them." Like said some crazy shit.
No, you didn't.
Because I thought he was like joking because I didn't think someone would say it that seriously. And then it made him angrier. Like he was like, "No, I don't see why that's funny," going off. But as a straight dude, wouldn't you like whisper to like a girl you actually know and say, "Hey, maybe you should go tell that girl her vagina's out"?
Right. That was what a logical person would do.
Right.
Also,
Yomi?
like, no. Like, who cares? Free the puss.
Also that.
It was 90 degrees and it was the summertime. If you don't want to wear panties, don't wear panties.
And I'm pretty positive my vagina at that point was not just
No, it
fucking
wasn't
hanging
out. No.
Like I was being so cautious. I probably looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it was like this misogynistic, like, what if I do want to have my pussy out? Free the nip, free the pussy, free the labia. Like it was very bizarre to the point that someone who was sitting next to me like overheard the conversation and like kicked him out.
Yeah.
Like it was like that level. So anyways, it's like I laugh it off because I just have a sick sense of humor. But when I get really drunk, I like to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again. The same way I'll put Spotify on my phone and listen to the same song over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people started to be like, "Yeah, you told us already." Like we heard it already.
I didn't think it was that bad. I really didn't.
I think you're one of the people who were like, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah. And it also is kind of like a crazy story. So I'm like, I wouldn't blame you. Like if it happened to me, I would be talking about it too.
I mean, I thought it was a crazy story. And then I called my friend that night drunk and she was like, "Why are you calling me?" I was like, "Okay, whatever." So Patron, incredible. The trip was amazing. What else happened?
We just had the best time, honestly. We ate, we drank, we took photos, we gossiped, and yeah, that was that.
Mm-hmm. And all the content, it was like a content house.
Yeah, it was really cool. There was like a lot of people coming in and out every day. Some people were very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
We had like a lot of inside jokes. We would have tech time because we were in a content house that had quite literally no Wi-Fi. But there was one room, the movie theater room, where the Wi-Fi had a little. We're not going to go crazy here and say it had Wi-Fi. It had like one bar. And we would just sit in there all like trying to post all the content we were taking. But then too many people found out about it and it stopped working.
By the end of the trip, then there were like 30 people in the movie theater room.
Yeah, the secret got out.
The secret got out like right away. That was, I've said this before, the Hamptons, especially East Hampton, has to be one of the richest zip codes in America.
Yep. But they can't afford Wi-Fi.
Like, I know that some of the billionaires that live there can afford, fiber optic cables. Like, I know they can. There are satellites that go to space. Like, I know the Hamptons can get Wi-Fi. Like, don't tell me it's like, oh, the trees.
They're hiding something for us.
Oh my God, right?
Someone said online, they were like, they don't want to build cell phone towers on like the land. But whatever.
Billionaires will build whatever they want on whatever land. Hello? Us Native Americans, hello. It started a long fucking time ago. Okay, I want to move on from the Hamptons. Bran, you are having the best time in New York. I'm saying that sarcastically. He literally wants to die and wants to leave already. Back to Philly.
I'm going back to Philly tomorrow.
What's the award that you won?
Philly Magazine Influencer of the Year. Thank you.
I mean, that's
not me clapping for myself.
Philly Magazine Influencer of the Year.
Yes.
What is a magazine influencer?
No, so it's
Philly
Magazine. Oh my God.
You know what? You can't be hot and smart.
Facts.
You know?
But yeah, Philly Magazine, there was like a few like food influencer of the year. I got influencer of the year, which was awesome.
That is really amazing. I wanted to give you that intro. And so I was just like, here's Bran.
Fine.
It's because we're too close now.
Yeah, it's
There's no introduction needed. Okay. I want to talk about New York Fashion Week.
Let's do it.
So this is the first year that I've really dipped my toes into New York Fashion Week, like really, really.
Yeah.
And shit is crazy.
It's nuts.
I went to a presentation, which is like another form of a show, right?
Right.
Where the models like stand and then rotate the clothing, but they don't like walk.
Yes.
I think people will know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think people will pick up what I'm putting down. It was for L'Agence. The clothes were fucking crazy. But in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's at 4 p.m. I'm just going to do a little light makeup. They dressed me, which was amazing. You know, put a few curls in my hair. I looked homeless. Not the clothing part. The clothing part looked insane. But the women, every single girl there had her hair and makeup done to the nines.
Right.
So the thing is I have several other shows I'm going to. Am I supposed to be getting makeup and hair done every day?
I wouldn't.
You would not?
I wouldn't. Well, I don't know. The thing with New York Fashion Week, it's like influencer Olympics.
Yeah.
And last year was the first year I went, and I thought it was more like on the influencers who like, I thought it was kind of our fault. Like we were making it too deep. But like honestly, the brands do not set influencers up for success in terms of making people feel good. Like I was at a party on Wednesday. And, you know, you just thought, wow, amazing that I got invited to this, which it was. So grateful. But then you start seeing certain influencers get a VIP wristband and certain influencers are going backstage. And then certain influencers are in Gen Pop.
Wait, what's that?
General population, like GA.
They're like, what's your engagement rate?
If you, that's exactly what happens. So it's like you almost feel like, oh shit, like, am I like a D-lister? Like, did I like get the last invite?
Mm-hmm.
Even though no one's saying that to you and it's in your own head, but it's almost impossible not to think like that. Even if you're a totally like comfortable, secure person, these events will like give you a form of self-doubt. Whether it's, I don't look as hot as the girl next to me, and that might be more personal, or it's like, no, the brand is literally telling you you can come in, but you have to stand in a certain place.
That's kind of crazy to have an event. Like, okay, a concert, for example, if you're paying money, right, to be in the VIP section, if they are splitting up an event into like VIP, then the next tier underneath that, like settle down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the White House. I think the industry as a whole is built to make you feel like shit.
Yeah, you have to have really thick skin to do this. And that's what I think people get confused about because they're like, you're an influencer, your job is so easy. Yes, the actual job itself of taking a video and posting it in pictures is fucking easy. But like having that like weird thing where like everyone talks about you and you're not like protected like an actor or a singer is protected. Like you don't have bodyguards. You don't have like, I mean, some influencers probably do. But for the most part, you could come up to Sofia and I in a coffee shop and you could say whatever the fuck you want. You could get physical with us and we cannot stop you, which is scary as fuck.
Do you think we need bodyguards?
I don't, no.
Do you think I do? I feel like
no,
that would be
you're scrappy.
crazy.
I would not want to fuck. I personally would not want to fuck with you. Like,
I would not win in a fight.
Don't tell people that.
I would not win in a fucking fight. I'm saying it right now. Like I don't even know how to throw a punch. I would just go for the hair, which is actually.
I would go for my phone and just call 911 because I'd be screwed. I would be screwed if someone tried to get physical with me. Not gonna lie. I honestly might just sit there and take it and just pray like maybe they'll feel so bad for me that they'll just be like, all right, this is like a pity fight.
Fetal position all the way. And just be like, oh my God, please, like I would say take whatever you want. Just please don't hurt me. I wasn't expecting to see as many celebrities and influencers as I did. The entire cast of Roni, old season and new. Were you a fan of that show?
I'm interviewing Sonja Morgan tomorrow. I'm so nervous.
I'm sorry. Why have you been holding out on me and not telling me that?
She's doing like a fun little tour. She's coming to Philly tomorrow and she asked me to be like the moderator of her show. So I will be interviewing her tomorrow.
I could cry right now. She, I think, is my all-time favorite housewife.
She's crazy.
She is batshit insane.
And I love it.
In the best way. In the best way. She was definitely not there, obviously, but Ramona was there. And it was just such a Ramona thing, like hair pulled back so fucking tight that it's like, you don't need to get a facelift. Walking around on her phone, the crazy eyes blinking like this, but like also like looking like she wanted you to go up to her.
Right.
Like they all kind of looked like cougars on the prowl. Olivia Culpo was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's major.
It was major.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually want to say something. In the past, on the old show that I was on, I would, from time to time, talk shit to get views.
Of course.
Not just me, right? Like me and my co-host. And so now it's kind of this like weird thing where we wouldn't talk that much fucking shit, but from time to time.
Right.
And I'm like sweating. I'm like trying to cover my ass. Like not all the time, just a little bit of the time, but like sometimes. And we said something about Olivia Culpo, this is years ago, being hot, but probably boring in bed. Do we know what Olivia Culpo is like in bed? No.
And now you're standing next to her in a room.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like I want to like DM her. I mean, I don't even know if she fucking remembers. Right. I know she knew about it because her younger sister like got in the comments and like
she probably remembers.
She probably does, right?
Yeah. But that's just what it is. It is what it is. You know, when you start out from being ground zero, no followers, nothing, like you have to talk
shit
about people. And eventually it's an honor when you get so much success that you're now in the same room as them.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that was me and she came up to me and was like, I remember what you said, fuck you, I'd be like, valid.
No, but I think she actually looked at me and then just walked in the opposite direction. It just kind of sucks because I'm standing in a room and I'm like, did I offend that person in the past?
Yeah.
So what do I do?
I think you just, unless you want to actually go up to somebody and be like, I'm really sorry for what I said. If that's what I would do. But if you want to just take that L and just be like, we're not going to be friends. It is what it is. I did what I did and it worked because now we're in the same room, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to, I think taking ownership is the best thing you can do in that situation.
I agree. Maybe this is my olive branch to Olivia Culpo because I know she's a huge listener of the show. So Olivia, this is me saying sorry. I did go on her sister's podcast.
Oh, sister who was okay, different sister.
Aurora.
Okay.
Sophia is the one that kind of stood up for her sister. I went on her podcast. I don't know if it aired, but yeah, maybe I'll DM her. I was young and stupid. You know what I'm saying?
100%. We've all been there.
What else is new, Brandon?
New York is fun. It's awesome to come here. I just could never live here. It is so overstimulating. You are on one all the fucking time. Everything is crowded. You're always like, I don't know. I swear even when it's freezing here, it's still hot. Like I'm just constantly in a drip sweat. Every time I come here, I feel like I'm like shitting my brains out. Like I don't know what they put in the water here.
Okay, but also you're wearing a leather jacket.
I'm also wearing a leather jacket, but like you have to commit to the look. It's fashion week.
Oh, okay, that's true.
But yeah, love to visit. Could never live here. Give you all so much props.
Thank you. Do you think that you guys should do something about the lanternflies situation?
You guys as in who? Philly people?
Yeah, because I heard they came from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is far from Philly. Do we need to have Sofia geography class here? I have never been to Pittsburgh in my entire life, and I live in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay, but Pittsburgh is in Pennsylvania.
It is.
Okay, so I'm not fucking batshit over
Have you ever
here.
been to Albany?
No.
Albany's in New York.
Okay, whatever. Regardless, Pennsylvania, your home state, is the reason for the lanternfly issue. It's like, I'm from Argentina. I'm so proud from being from Argentina.
You know what?
Whether it's Patagonia, Buenos Aires, or Mar del Plata, it's Argentina at the end of the day.
I'll make you a deal. I will figure out the lanternfly situation if you guys get the fucking rats sorted out here. Okay?
I know the whole backstory about the lanternflies. And I feel like you do too.
I don't.
You just don't want to talk about it.
I think we have more interesting topics.
Okay, hit me. Because I think it's the most interesting shit ever. I swear
Let's
to
talk
God.
about dating.
Oh.
Are you talking to any boys right now?
Yeah. Yes. What about you?
I have boyfriends.
I just found that out like yesterday when you told me.
You were like betrayed. I told you in the Hamptons, I don't know if you remember.
Mm-mm.
Very scatterbrained, this
Yeah,
one.
very.
And you were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I have a boyfriend, Sophia. But before, it's my first relationship. So before that, I was single for 25 years.
How long have you guys been dating?
We're coming up on a year next weekend.
How serious is it?
Really serious. Like
Get married?
I mean, I would not be mad if that is the direction that it goes in.
See, I thought we were going to be best friends and now I don't know.
No, but I think every best friend needs like one single person and one commitment. I think those best friend duos who are in different situations.
That's true.
Bring out the best in each other.
You can ground me. You can keep me grounded.
But before him, I went through a shit show of like people that I dated. Do you want to hear the worst story that I've ever had?
Yes.
So I was going on a third date with this guy. And we meet up in the city and he was like, hey, do you mind if I run an errand really quickly? And I was like, no, thinking he's like gonna run into the grocery store and like buy something. He takes me to Burlington Coat Factory. Now, mind you, me and Burlington Coat Factory have a history. I interned for their corporation when I was in college and it was the worst 3 months of my life. So I'm already like, I do not want to go into here.
PTSD.
Have you ever worked retail before?
I have not.
Okay, I used to. And if there's one thing that I would tell you I would hate most as a retail worker from a customer is when someone tries to do a no receipt return. Keep in mind, we're at the Burlington Coat Factory. So the item that he's returning was not expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It was a $15 raincoat and he had a no receipt return. And if there's one thing that always gives me the ick, I would never date somebody who is rude to any kind of service worker, whether it is a waiter at a restaurant, a retail clerk. He's giving this cashier an attitude because he doesn't have the receipt for the $15 peacoat that he's trying to return at the Burlington Coat Factory.
What did the raincoat look like?
It was gray and it had like a blue nylon hood.
Okay,
it was
bye.
sickening.
Okay.
I understood why he was returning it, but what I didn't understand was why he bought it in the first place and why he's taking me, who we're on a third date with. Before we're supposed to go to dinner, this is what we're starting off with. This is the errand. So then he does this, and then I'm committed to hanging out with this man for the rest of the night after he just talk about the ick. The ick.
Did he get the jacket returned?
He got the jacket returned for store credit. So I'm to this day wonder if he got his $15 worth at the Burlington Coat Factory.
I didn't even know those still existed.
Yeah, so those were the type of men I was associating myself with before, if I'm being honest.
Okay, but Brandon, the thing is you say I was committed to hang out with him for the rest of the night. No, you weren't.
I should have left.
The second he stopped there.
At that point, though, I was like, I was living in the suburbs and I came into the city. I was like, I'm at least, you know what? I can't even defend myself. I should have went home. I was about to say I might as well get dick, but no, I regret that. I 100% regret it. I can't come forward with that.
Well, was the dick good?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So on
the
top
next
of that,
morning, that was it. Wrap. Never spoke to this man again. But that was just one of several terrible dating experiences that I would have.
See, that's why I stay in relationships for 2 to 3 years longer than I should. Because why would I want to deal with that?
No, dating is terrible, and I couldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. If someone told me I had to re-download Hinge, I actually think I would die. Literally die.
Okay, so you're making me feel really optimistic about being 31 and my future.
Well, we look different. I was picking up the scraps. You're over here getting like hot daddies.
Oh, I thought you were saying like we as a unit look different than the rest of the world.
No. You and I are playing on if you're a varsity A string, I'm like couldn't get into D3 in college.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm flattered. Thank you. I don't agree with you. But yeah, I think I need to I just work a lot.
Yeah. Which I always say, like, put your career first. And that's something that I really appreciate about, like, the person that I'm with right now. My boyfriend, like, he just started med school after already going to dental school. Like, went to dental school at Columbia down the street from fucking here. Got his degree, did 2 years of a residency and was like, I hate this. Would you like be unattracted to me if I told you I wanted to restart my career and I'm going to start med school at 31? I was like, why would I be unattracted to someone who knows what the fuck they want and is going to do something that betters themselves? Do you think I was nervous that people were going to be attracted to me when I quit my 9-to-5 job with amazing benefits to fucking come and sit on a couch and do podcasts and film TikToks? Like,
thank you for flattering me.
Julie. A very, very special guest for this ad read. Let's just get to the point, Sloots, because all of us have been there. Waking up the next morning, wondering where the condom went. Did we even use a condom? What the hell? I promised myself I would never speak to this person ever again. So what am I supposed to do now? Calm down. Everything will be fine. These things happen. They've happened to me more than once, I can tell you that. And that is exactly why I would like to introduce you all to my bestie, Julie. Julie is a new company that is giving emergency contraceptives a much needed rebrand. Julie is for the next generation, one of learning and acceptance, not stigma and shame. Julie is an FDA-approved morning after pill that helps stop a pregnancy before it starts, which in my head means your mistake of going back to that guy's house never even happened. It's a win-win if you ask me. Most importantly, Julie is legal in all 50 states and is sold in CVS, Target, and Walmart. You don't need an ID or a prescription or a credit card for that matter. So it's only between you and the self-checkout machine. Let's fucking go. And right now, Julie is offering my listeners $10 off your online purchase. Go to juliecare.co/Sophia to get $10 off your online purchase for a limited time. That's juliecare.co/Sophia. Or if you need it right away, you can find Julie at your nearest CVS, Target, or Walmart today. Be safe, Sloots.
You know, I think it's hot when people are ambitious about their work because there's so many people who are miserable about their jobs. And I was one of them until I decided to roll the dice and be like, fuck it, I'm going to quit. I might be literally so poor at first, but I want to try to do this and grow. And it's fucking worked.
And look how far you've come.
Look how far
Why do you think it's worked?
Someone once told me, you'll never let yourself fail. When your own ass is on the line, when you're not working for a corporation that's making millions of dollars and you're not working for Susie that wants to have TBs at 11, touch bases for corporate lingo bitches, at 11 a.m. to talk about how you're going to help them do their job. You're going to work much harder when it's your ass on the line, when it's your own deadline and it's your business. Full Kim K, if you had a business you were passionate about, I'm passionate about this. I was never passionate about being someone else's employee. I was never passionate about, it's like, oh, you're going to make $45K a year regardless of how hard you work. You can come in and do the bare minimum. You might get fired, or you can come in and work your ass. And when you ask for a promotion in 6 months, we're going to tell you we don't have budget.
That was so well said. Because I did the 9-to-5 thing too.
Yep.
And I was like, I just hated it because it was in a field I wasn't interested in. When in reality, that's part of it. But like the bigger thing is I'm working my ass off to climb the corporate ladder that will take 20, 30 years. And
it's all brainwashing when you get in there. It's like they give you this spiel about how they're this company that wants to see you grow. They want to keep retention. They want to build your career. but you ask them for the bare minimum and they can't give it to you. Oh, we'll give you a 25%, like 25 cent, not percent, 25-cent raise on your next paycheck.
Yeah, I remember they gave all of us a $1,000 Christmas bonus. Considering it was Morgan Stanley, I do think that they had a little bit of a bigger budget.
They probably had a little bit of a bigger pocket. Yeah. And I just learned that quickly. And I was like, I could sit here and bitch about it, or I could put destiny in my own hands and be in control of my money and what I want to come in. And I always compare like content creation. I feel like it's in some ways similar to real estate. It's like you can go a month without selling a house and you could see $0, and then you could sell a $3 million home and get a fat commission check. And then you could make a salary that could last you a year. So with content creation, I'm like, if there's a time where I'm like, I'm not getting enough brand deals, you know what I do? I get to work. I make funny content. I think out of the box on how I'm going to make better TikToks, how I'm going to make myself more appealable to brands.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a time in my life where I'm sick of doing that, then I'll do something else.
You'll pivot.
I'll pivot.
And you care about the work you're doing, and that's going to make you go 100 times harder.
Yeah.
Did you quit before you like took that leap of faith?
I quit at 250,000 followers, and I was seeing consistent, like brands were consistently DMing me and like emailing me and asking me to work with them. And I was like, I hated the job that I was into, which made it more easy for me to be like, I want to quit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm going to take the summer. I quit in April 2022. And I was like, I'm going to take the summer off and just try to do content creation full time. And if after summer, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm making no money, I'll reapply to corporate jobs. But it was not the case. I made double my salary at my 9-to-5 job in one summer doing this on my own. That was when I was like, not only am I not quitting, I'm hiring a manager. I'm hiring people on my team to fucking help me grow this.
I love that. I had a similar story, and I think that's the advice I would give people, because I'm sure maybe the majority of people listening do work a 9-to-5 job that they hate.
Right.
I would start something you love on the side.
Start as a side hustle.
Yes. Start it on the side.
And I always say, like, you don't need to necessarily like love your job. It needs to pay your bills and it needs to give you enough mental stability that you can get day to day.
Yep.
But if there is something you are obsessed with, figure out a way that you can like do that more. And for me, it was talking about it online. It was literally, I just love to talk. I love to gossip. I love to make people laugh. I love to make people feel better. And I was like, I realized I was able to accomplish that by posting videos on social media.
Did anyone like at your job start to notice like, hey, I saw your…
So that's how I got my last job. I was working at GoPuff.
Uh-huh.
And at first I was on their merchandising team because I came from a business degree, and the social media team found my TikTok. They asked me to start making TikToks for them. And eventually I was like, listen, I'm doing my own 9-to-5 here. I'm not now joining the social team. Like, if you want me on your team, you can poach me. And they were like, well, you can apply. And I applied for the position thinking that it was going to be my favorite job in the world. And I realized I hated making content for other people the same way I hated working for other people.
Oh.
I was so used to posting videos on my own page where I don't have to run it by legal. I don't have to run it by anyone to tell me don't post that or we can't use that sound, it's copyrighted. So when I had to deal with those restrictions and I had to like almost convince people to let me post my ideas, I was like, you hired me. Why am I now trying to convince you that what I know is best? Like, if you don't believe in me, then don't hire me. So it was just like a constant power dynamic. Very grateful for the experience. I truly am.
I know.
It taught me a lot, not only about the industry, it taught me a lot about myself and what I wanted to do. But after that, I was like, I don't want to work in social media for a corporation. I want to work for social media for myself.
And every job you have is leading towards something bigger. I don't
100%.
regret working in finance. It taught me a lot.
And I'm glad because there's so many people now, not that there's a problem with this, but influencing is becoming such a culture that there are girls who are graduating college and they're never going to have a 9-to-5. They go right into being an influencer. Which kudos to them if you're popping off like that in college. I wish I could have done this sooner, but at the same time, I'm really glad I got the experience of a 9-to-5 because I think it makes me, one, more relatable as a content creator. I have so many things I can talk about from that job and every job that I ever had before that. And I'm really glad that it showed me like what I really wanted to do, which was work for myself. And I would have never, when you have to make a career choice at 18, what you're going to major, I would have never been like, oh, I want to own my own business. Never, the thought never crossed my mind until it happened.
I'm very fortunate for working that 9 to 5 too, and working in the service industry.
Yeah.
I'm going to force my kids to be in the service industry in some capacity.
My first job ever, I was a clerk at Forever 21. That was my first job ever because I went to fashion school and I needed some kind of retail job. And the only store that called me back with an application was Forever 21. And I worked in their store for a year. I just saw a girl. This was 7 years ago. And I just saw a girl at the Fashion Week event. And she was like, do you remember me? Like, we used to work together at the Forever 21 store. I was like, and now here the fuck we both are fucking at a magazine party.
Oh my God.
It's cool.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, we are wearing Forever 21.
Sponsored by Forever 21.
They better fucking pay me after this.
So I want to ask you, because I feel like you're like a really cool hybrid because you're in the influencer space, but like your main job is this podcast.
Mhm.
What is your take, especially given that it's Fashion Week, on like the New York City influencer culture?
I don't know because I feel like I don't really immerse myself in it.
Right.
Not because I think I'm too cool, not like none of that.
Right.
I have my core group of friends and I'm friendly with like a lot of, New York influencers.
100%.
Down to hang out with them. They're amazing. I don't think there's one New York influencer that I can think of that I don't get along with.
Right.
But I'm not in that scene.
Yeah.
And
that's how I feel too, because everyone always asks, like, why don't you move here? And I'm like you. I have my own life in Philly, my own friends who don't do anything with this world. They work 9 to 5s. And I love to visit. And now that I don't have coworkers anymore, I literally sometimes see my other influencer friends and it feels like we're coworkers because we talk about brands that we're working with, other people in the industry that we know. So it is important for me to come here and like get my feet wet and like be involved in the scene. But I could never live here full time because I honestly think my mental health would go to shit. Like if your whole life is immersed in this industry, like it will take a toll on you because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and wondering what's going on.
yeah.
It's so funny with Fashion Week, everyone mocks influencers for being like, what events are you going to? What
my
events
God.
do you have today? And what I figured out was I don't think people ask you that question because they want to brag about what they're going to. They ask because they're scared you're going to say something that they weren't invited to. And that brings us back to where we started earlier. Like, it's not necessarily that influencers are like bad and competitive. It's just like this industry plants doubt in your head that you wouldn't have necessarily had before. So it's like if I'm asking Sofia, what events do you have tonight? It's not so I can be like, sorry, I'm going to Vogue. It's so I can see, oh, you were invited to that. I wasn't. It's almost like a form of self-harm. Like when you're like reading a gossip tabloid, but partially you're just reading it praying that they're not saying anything bad about you. You just want to know what, like almost FOMO, like what are you missing? What are you potentially missing out on? And when someone says, oh, I'm not going to anything, it makes you feel like better and more validated, which is fucked. But
Which is fucked. And when people ask me what events I'm going to great events, but when I tell them, I'm insecure telling them.
Yeah, because it's like, well, I wasn't invited to much. And then it's like, oh, maybe you're like, it's so weird. I can't even explain it.
No, it is very weird.
That's why it's like, I love coming, but like, I'm glad to go home tomorrow, like halfway through the week, because it's a lot.
This week, shit, I can't say the name of the brand, but I was having a meeting with like my team and we were talking about what events and shows I'm going to. And I'm going to go see this particular clothing brand. And someone on my team was like, I mean, you're not, if you're sitting in the second row, like you're not fucking going. Like we're not doing that type of shit.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so I was definitely sitting in the second row last year to everywhere I went. And it's like, that's a fucking wild ass thing to say.
It is.
Oh my God, you're sitting in the second row at a fashion show? Like, what planet are people living on? I love my team though, shout out.
It's rough. It is rough. And it's like, it's weird to talk about it because even earlier, it's like when I'm saying, oh, there's certain people in VIP, I'm still fucking grateful at the end of the day that I got in the door. That I got in the door and I got invited. I would never disrespect anybody. Like it's such a grateful, humbling, but it is humbling at the same time.
It's a little too humbling.
To then see like, oh, there's other things like maybe I'm not as good as I think I am or something. And it's weird because who's really measuring that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because people, let me tell you one thing, your follower count does not fucking matter.
Yeah.
You can post a video and have 1 million followers and it could get literally 3,000 views. It's happened to me before with 500,000 followers. It doesn't matter, especially when your main platform is TikTok and anything goes.
Right. I think I don't really get insecure about the events and like the exclusivity and if I was invited or not.
Yeah.
When I left that presentation, I was like, I swear to God, I have the text. I texted this guy I met who does like filler and all of that stuff. And I was like, is there a way for me to get rid of my under eye bags, dark circles, and laugh lines, but I need them gone by tomorrow or at least by Saturday? Bible, that is what I wrote.
Yeah.
And he said that's not possible, but he's going to give me a medical grade facial. But I was like, how do girls look like this?
Yeah. It is very intimidating when like you see people who you thought were beautiful online and then you see how actually much more beautiful they are in person.
I hate that.
I'm like, holy fuck. I knew you were cute, but like you're dumb cute now. Like, fuck.
I fucking hate when that
But hopefully
happens.
people say the same thing about us.
They do.
No, what people say, they're like, we didn't realize you were so short. People will comment to me like, I thought you were 5'11". I'm like, bitch, where did you think that? I'm like, oh, because I take videos of myself shoulder up. You would never know. But I'm 5'4".
But are you? No, you're
5'5".
Okay, but why do people assume we're taller? Because I get that comment all the time.
I guess they just can't tell on screen like what you actually like height wise. I don't fucking
Maybe
know.
with the energy we bring.
We
it's
give tall
people.
energy.
Mm-hmm.
I love short people though.
Really?
I like my boyfriend is my height. I love a short king.
Okay. I actually do. I don't mind. Like,
yeah.
you know, girls are always like, they need to be 6 foot or like 6'1".
Yeah.
Why?
I like short guys. I like tall guys too. I like guys. But I've never had that issue with short guys. I'm like, short guys are hot.
That's not an issue for me either. But this is a great segue. We're just going to talk about it. I was going to hold off on talking about it, but let's talk about what we look for in a guy.
Okay.
Because I recently was featured on Fox News. A panel of people were talking about me. Daily Mail, The Post, basically everywhere. And the clip, it was taken from the podcast episode I did with Leo Skeppy. Love him. And I said something that apparently is extremely controversial, which is I make men show me their bank account information on the first date.
Do you really?
I do.
Okay.
But,
hey,
but this
I love
is
the
thing.
ownership. Yeah.
The fact that there is a panel. Who's the blonde girl that we
Tommy Lauren.
Can
Can I just say, if Tommy Lauren is saying positive things about you, you have more to be worried about. If someone came up to me and said, Tommy Lauren hates me, that's a green flag. Tommy Lauren would hate me. Tommy Lauren, I think, would call me a slur. It begins with F. And I don't even think I would probably know. She would probably tell me that I should never have kids. And that, like, she would say horrible things to me. So if Tommy Lauren is saying bad things about you, I think you're doing something right.
So she was the only one on the panel that kind of supported me.
Oh.
So what does that say about me?
Well. Maybe we just cut that part.
And when I saw that, I was like, I am MAGA all the fucking way. 100%.
Podcast ends here. Bye, guys. No, I'm kidding.
I flip a switch like that. I'm totally joking, but she talked shit, but like kind of saw my point of view. I ask for a guy's bank account info half because I like to test them, and I hate boring dates.
Yeah.
I will not do small talk. I will not do so. Like, tell me about your upbringing, and I won't do it.
So let me ask you something. Tell me, let's say you ask this guy.
Can I see your bank account info?
Absolutely.
Okay, keep going.
Let's say you ask a guy this, and this guy is he's crossing all your other boxes, whatever they may be in terms of looks, vibe, anything. Say he says, honestly, it's not good. I'm in $200,000 debt from fucking student loans. It blows.
Bye.
You're leaving.
Bye.
Even if everything else is perfect?
Bye. What am I, your fucking babysitter? Do you need a binky? Hi, let me fucking just jump in my arms. Let me carry you home, tuck you into bed.
So that's where.
And why are you 200K in debt? Like
Sophia.
that. No, I understand. Like there are certain circumstances where that would be necessary, 100%. You need to max out your credit card.
I said student loans. So it's like he's paying them back.
Why did he go? Where did he go to college that he has $200,000 in student loans? Idiot. Bye.
Okay. Here's where I differ. I used to grow up and be like, I want to marry rich. I want to marry rich. All of this shit. Then I was like, fuck that. I want to be rich, whether it's because I'm married to somebody or it's because I made my own fucking coin. So I'm not concerned with my partner's. That being said, I'm not going to pay someone's rent. Never do that.
So you won't take care of your partner.
I'm not going to I'm not going to be anybody's sugar daddy. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm paying your bills and doing that.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to me and you're like, I'm paying my bills, but like, I'm not a rich millionaire. Like, I have loans to pay off from college. I have loans, not 200,000, but I have student loans too. Could I pay them off maybe like very quickly? Sure. But do I want to necessarily do that? No, I like to allocate my funds to other things like coffee every day and doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be dependent on anybody ever. So I'm like, if I have my financial situation figured the fuck out, that's what matters. As long as you're not going to be like, okay, can you put your card down?
Mm-hmm.
And like literally ask me to do that like on a first fucking date because you don't have money, then I would be like, wait a minute, why'd you ask me out?
Yeah.
If you like are asking now me to buy you dinner.
This is what I'm going to say to that. My mom has always been the breadwinner. All of her husbands, she's going to love that one, did not make anywhere near as much money as her.
Yeah.
The relationships didn't work out. I do think men have a very, very hard time dating a woman who is more successful.
Right.
But that's not even my reasoning. I know I can only be dependent on myself.
Yeah.
I will never depend on anyone. So Fox News, they called me a gold digger. That's not what it is. I have my own money.
You have your own coin.
I just know that men will end up cheating. They will end up, you guys will probably end up in a divorce. And I want to make sure that at least the finances are there.
That's very valid.
For my kids. You know what I mean?
100%.
So that's where I'm coming from. I am genuinely excited to discuss Curology because let's face it, if you're not feeling confident about your skin, that shit carries over into every single thing you do. And I've been there and it's not fun. My skin is okay right now. It's doing fine. But it could be so much better. And I cannot wait to see what it will look like in a few months from now with Curology. I really cannot wait. Curology makes personalized prescription skincare products. Curology will set you up with a licensed dermatology provider who will then prescribe you a personalized formula that addresses your specific skin concerns and skincare goals. And it's super easy, because if it wasn't easy, I would not be doing it. Just fill out a quiz about your skin, share photos, and after a consultation, your provider will prescribe a formula that was made just for you. And it gets shipped directly to your door. Easy breezy, beautiful, cover girl, let's get after it. Curology uses custom formulas consisting of 3 clinically researched ingredients, making it more effective than non-prescription cleansers and moisturizers alone. Now, get up to 6 skincare products free, up to a $52 value with free shipping and a no-cost consultation with a licensed dermatology provider when you go to Curology.com/Sofia. Go to Curology.com/Sofia for this free offer. That's Curology.com/SOFIA. Prescription products are excluded from free product offer. Applies only to your first box, subject to consultation. New subscribers only. See Curology.com for full details.
I think if Fox News is talking shit on you, then you, like I said, you were doing something fucking right.
I agree.
I would not want when Sofia told me she was on Fox News, I thought you meant like you were interviewed because like you had like you did something that was such an amazing accomplishment that Fox News in Fox News's eyes, aka she like went to a Trump rally or some shit. I was like, oh fuck, am I on the Wrong Girls podcast? And then when you showed me the clip and they were talking badly about you, I was like, oh fuck,
I love
rocking
this girl.
on, rock on.
I'm gonna ask to go on their panel and
I think
defend
they'll
myself.
say yes.
I think they will too, and I honestly think that I could destruct and destroy every single one of them.
You could easily take them
You're
down.
Ugly. You're old. Just kidding.
What would you say to Tommy Lauren? I would tell her she's a fucking idiot. Personally, she's KKK Barbie. That's what people call her, and it's very valid. KKK Barbie.
KKK Barbie. You heard it here first. I like that.
Marry, fuck, kill, Prada, Chanel, Dior.
Okay. Marry Chanel. Fuck Dior. Kill Prada.
I agree with fuck Dior. I think Dior is sexy.
So sexy.
I love the vibe of Dior.
Classic. I'm going to sound really snobby, but that's okay because I am a humble bitch. I stayed at Capri Palace when I was in Capri.
Uh-huh.
And the Day Beach Club there is all designed in Christian Dior. I cried. It was the cutest thing ever. I have pictures. I'm going to post it. I lost everyone. Yomi's rolling her eyes. Bran is like,
No,
like, shut the fuck up.
I've bought one designer bag in my whole life, and it's a Dior bag.
Okay.
And I bought it last fashion week. And it was a stupid purchase. Like, it's a small bag, month's rent, but I just loved it so much. And I was like, I will never buy anything like this again. And I just want to like cherish this memory of like, I've come to the point where at 25 years old, I can afford a Dior bag, which for some people means nothing. For some people means everything. And for me, I was like, I want this.
That's not like a dumb purchase though.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't
It's not
resell
the
it.
most functional purchase. I can't wear it in Philly because I would.
Because it's Philly? Just
Yeah.
kidding.
I wouldn't wear it comfortably in Philly, and it doesn't fit much. But
Oh my
I
God.
do really, it photographs nice.
What do you think about fake bags? Because I actually want to go to Canal Street and get something.
I have no issue with fake bags. I love the DH Gate Queens. I thought that was real, but
no,
and
this is real.
Oh.
Bran, I just picked up my
you want to know
Birkin.
what the bad thing is too? I went to school for fashion.
Okay.
Like I took fashion courses on designers. I don't think fake shit is a big deal. I think it looks just like the real shit and it's 1/10 of the cost. I think you're saving money.
Okay. Are you trying to say, like, do I need to like, if this is fake, someone has
No,
a big
I thought you were picking it up because we
storm
were
coming.
talking about fake and I was like, oh, that's fake. Good for you, girl. It looks fucking real.
Okay, so we are going to get this shit authenticated right after we wrap this up. Oh my God, does it look like it?
No. I'm stupid. Like I don't know designer
It's
shit.
okay, babe. Don't listen to him. But also, why did I have it on the floor?
Yeah, that's bad. Do
Anyways,
you realize where we are? Roaches.
I know.
In New York, roaches and rats.
Lantern flies.
Lanternflies.
Straight from Philly. Straight from fucking Philly.
Pittsburgh.
Okay, Travis Barker, Jake Gyllenhaal, Timothy Chalamet, Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Oh my God. That's really fucking hard. Oh, I have reasons to kill Jake Gyllenhaal because I'm a huge Swiftie, but he's so cute. I would fuck Jake Gyllenhaal. I think if I would be married, I just don't see that going well. I feel like I would be in a bad place mentally. So I'm gonna fuck him. Gonna fuck the shit out of Jake Gyllenhaal.
I've seen him in person, by the way, and he's fucking
So
hot.
if I marry Timothy, I piss off Kylie. If I marry Travis, I piss off Courtney. I
Who are
think
you-
Kylie will forgive me. She forgave Jordan Woods. So I'm marrying Timothy Chalamet. I'm
Done.
sorry, Travis. You're done.
And Courtney would fucking off with your head.
Yeah, and I like really love but I'm killing him instead. Hey, I'm only killing you because if you can't have him, no one can, babe.
Yeah.
Riding for you, Court.
So do you think Travis Barker's hot?
No.
Okay.
But he's not my aesthetic. Like there's people who like are really attracted to that look. I'm not really into like tattoos to the point where I don't know if your dick has ink on it or not. Like that.
Yeah.
That's like no shade to anybody who loves tattoos like that. But I like to see like some natural like skin.
Yeah.
Like I don't need ink everywhere. He's also a little pale for me.
He's very,
my
very
type of guy is what
slim.
I call creamy. Like you're creamy.
Oh.
Like creamy is when like this person is hydrated. Like I call it creamy because they look like if you like were to put your finger on their skin, it would come up like peanut butter. Like
Ooh, like
they're
buttery.
like buttery, glowy skin. Like real like think Idris Elba. Who else is really fucking creamy? Like I'm trying to think. You know what I mean though.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone that looks like that.
Like Travis Kelce's creamy.
Can I look up this fucking
What is he? Travis Kelce
No,
is?
what is he from?
He's a football player. But like, girl, I don't know anything about football either.
Hello,
But
why would I know that?
Travis Kelce is so sexy.
Let me see this.
Kelce. I think you're gonna
He
know.
has a
who
helmet
it is.
on in every picture.
No.
Ooh,
Like,
baby.
His eyes alone.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, you know who's creamy? Why do I know so many football players? Danny Amendola. Creamy as fuck. Yeah.
Very creamy. Can I say something about Danny?
Sure.
When I said that horrible thing about Olivia Culpo,
How of all people did I say somebody who's
which I don't even know if I said it or if it was that other person. We said that Olivia is the most gorgeous woman on earth. By the way, she is in person even more beautiful.
more stunning?
Said she wasn't great in bed. How the fuck would we know? We wouldn't. He did a post defending her, saying she was great in bed.
Wow.
So he's a king.
He's a king.
Right.
He's creamy. He's Fox News, talk about that.
Talk about that shit that happened 7.5 years ago. But like, that's also a crazy thing to do. To like come to the defense of your girl after they broke up because he cheated.
That's a green flag.
Yeah.
That's hot.
It is. To
I
be
think
like,
it's
no, she's
hot.
great in bed.
I think it's hot.
Are you like open about talking about if your man is good in bed?
Absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah.
But a lot of girls are like, why would you like talk about that? Like girls are gonna want to fuck him.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, this is gonna sound so fucking cunty, but if you hear someone say my man is good in bed and your first instinct is okay, then I want to fuck him, you can't find someone like.
There's a lot of girls out there like that. It's scary.
Find someone. Do you think finding someone that's good in bed is hard? I think finding someone that's good in bed and good at dating is hard. For me, it's usually you're really good in bed, but you would ruin my mental health if I dated you, or you're so good to me, but you don't do enough. My boyfriend's both. Great to me, great in bed. Love you, Josue. But if someone told me their boyfriend was good in bed, I wouldn't be like, I want to fuck him. I'd be like, ooh, that makes me want to find someone who's good in bed too.
Because you're a good person. But I've talked about how amazing my guy's like dick is, how good he is in bed. And I've had friends tell me like, girl, you need to like keep that shit to yourself.
If I see someone have something I want, it's going to make me work hard to get something that I want. It's not going to make me work hard to steal something that they have.
Some girls get off on, that guy is taken. And it's very bizarre to me.
I was very blessed to never have that issue because I was in a predominantly female friend group and I was gay. So I would never be able to, even if I wanted to, I couldn't steal their boyfriends because their boyfriends liked girls. So I never had that issue. But God, did I see so many friends, especially in college, friendships just fall apart at the seams because girls were just getting with their friends' boyfriends.
Yeah. I just think
horrible.
Men ain't shit. No offense. I love you.
No, valid.
But I just think they're
Valid.
not shit. And like, why the fuck would you ruin a friendship? Like, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck guys. Fuck Fox News. And who else?
Fuck Travis Kelce in a sexual way.
Me too. Now I'm on the Travis Kelce train. Is he dating anyone?
Oh, now that I think he is. I'm not versed on that. He
So
was.
I could
think
slide
they
into
broke
the
up.
DM?
DM him right now. Wait, no, because what if he has a girlfriend? I really don't know.
Okay, I'm going to figure out for sure because I am a girl's girl, and then I'll slide in.
Yes.
Chances of him answering, hi.
Honestly, high.
He does?
Yes. That's why I know him. So his brother, Jason Kelce, plays for the Eagles. And Eagles are a Philadelphia team.
I'm surprised the team isn't called Lanternflies.
Oh my God. I'm surprised the New York Jets aren't the New York Rats.
I don't even know. Okay, continue.
Yeah, he has a podcast. I think you would like him. Have you dated a sports player?
No.
So
they cheat.
you typically date, like, what is the occupation of the men who have enormous bank accounts? Are they finance guys?
I don't even need enormous bank account.
No, I was teasing. Fox News.
As I set my Birkin down. The fake one, I guess. But I don't have a type. Well, actually I do. Not famous. Not an athlete. Not in the scene. Low key.
Marry, fuck, kill, politician, NFL player, finance executive.
Fuck the NFL player. Kill the politician.
Okay.
Marry.
Finance.
Mm-hmm.
You think NFL players cheat more than a finance person?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I think women get their panties wet 10 times more for an athlete than for a fucking guy sitting behind a desk.
I think that finance men are more likely to cheat. Every time I hear a story, it is them in their fucking office after hours with some other bitch. You've seen it on TV. I've seen it in real life. Like,
you might have a point
because
there.
the thing with NFL players, and I know this from being a certified clout chaser who goes to clubs and literally tries to get in booths with NFL players, they're boring as fuck. And it's not because they want to be. Like, half the time, like, when I would go out in Philly, Ben Simmons, who's a basketball player, would always be there.
That is.
And I guess he would have a team that would be like, Ben, like, you can't be posted. You can't do anything. Like, they do not want to be photographed. I'm sure he was probably whispering to people, come back to my place after. But if it was happening, I wasn't seeing it. Whereas finance men, maybe the Morgan Stanley folk know who they are, but I don't fucking know who Jared, whatever his name is.
Very true.
And they can slide around and, like, they go on these business trips and I don't know what the fuck they're doing with who.
Yeah.
If I'm dating an NFL player, bitch, I'm coming to your away game. I'm getting on that fucking van and I'm sitting courtside. If I'm dating a businessman, you think I want to come on your fucking…
The yacht to schmooze the clients?
The yacht maybe, but I don't want to come to your conference.
You might have a point there. But I mean, come on, athletes cheat. You might not see it, but
everybody,
they have…
There's no profession that's like, date these people, they never cheat.
Right.
No one's safe at the end of the day.
No one is safe.
Which is why you ask people for their bank account information, because if they're going to cheat, they're going to pay.
Thank you. Thank you at Fox News. Okay, last question, and then we can wrap up.
Okay.
Do you think gay men are more likely to cheat than straight? And do you think men cheat more than women?
I don't want to say that gay men are more likely to cheat.
You don't want to generalize?
I would say gay men, it's harder for them to commit, which might sound crazy. But it took me 25 years to be my first relationship because I could never find a gay guy that wanted to commit. Because we are such late bloomers, and maybe this will change as tolerance comes, I didn't feel comfortable in my sexuality and dating until I was maybe 20 years old. Whereas my girlfriends were starting to be comfortable dating at literally 15, freshman year of high school.
That makes a lot of sense.
So for the average person, when you're 25, for a gay guy, you might be full. Like, when I was 24, I was in my first whore era. Like, that was my first, like, this is my first time being a slut. This is my first time experiencing, like, fucking multiple guys every other week. Whereas my girlfriends experienced that when they were 19 in freshman year of college.
That makes
so I think
sense.
it's harder to find gay guys to commit. I don't necessarily want to say that they cheat more easily than straight men, because the opportunities for a straight man to cheat are better because there's so many more women out there than there is gay men to cheat on with. Now, do I think guys cheat more than girls? Yes, I do. I just think, like…
The patriarchy.
Yeah, I think that would be like a whole deep level analysis. Not that cheating is a strength, but like it's not at all. But like I just don't think like I can barely get my girlfriends to like even see their worth sometimes to like be like, I want to date this guy, like or I'm not gonna put up with his bullshit. Like I will watch some of my friends like let guys just dog them constantly. They wouldn't even think about leaving this man, let alone sleeping with somebody else in a relationship. And I don't even really know where I'm going with this.
No. I get it.
Unfortunately have more confidence in society and they can confidently cheat. And with this, like, if my girl finds out, she'll take me back. And I hate that because it shouldn't be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there is something to that. Like they feel comfortable cheating because they feel comfortable enough that their boys aren't going to snitch on them. No one's going to tell. And if they do tell, they'll be able to schmooze their way back into it. And it's so fucked. I would watch the men in my college cheat on their girlfriends all the time. And in front of so many people.
Yeah.
None of their friends would tell. If one of my girlfriends cheated on their boyfriends.
You would tell on them?
I wouldn't tell on them necessarily. It depends on the situation. But girls talk more than guys in that aspect. Like you will find out the girls whispering, he cheats on his girlfriend. He cheats on his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Men, I would go up to a guy named Mike and be like, Mike, Jesse is cheating on his girlfriend. And he would literally watch Jesse making out with another girl. He'd be like, no, he's not. What? The level
He'd be like,
of like,
so?
It's like they're in like a social, like they're in like the CIA or some shit covering each other's tracks. So I think men for some reason just get away with it. And because of that, I think they're more likely to cheat because we've raised them in a society where
they can get away with
anything.
it. That is such an interesting take that I've never thought
My
about.
message isn't girls cheat on your boyfriends and claim your power back. It's girls just don't even associate yourself with piece of shit men that are going to one, treat you poorly and two, cheat on you. Fuck that.
But they might cheat on you, so make sure they have a great bank account. And with that, I think that's all for today.
That's all for today. Sofia with a PH. This podcast is brought to you by Vagisil.
And Forever 21. Thank you.
Sofia with an F21 and Sofia with a PH.
You're good.
I did have a business marketing degree.
Oh my God. Okay, Brandon, you're one of the funniest fucking people I know. I thought our friendship would be forever until you just said that you would snitch on your girlfriends.
I never said that.
Kind of.
No.
But you wouldn't snitch on me.
I would never snitch.
Okay, thank you.
I'm the type of friend who would just be like, girl, figure your shit out.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything,
that.
but figure your shit out because that's messy and I don't agree with your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It's on you to handle that. I'm not going to do your dirty work by telling somebody that you cheated. That's on you to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
But get it together.
I need someone to like tell me that, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to just like turn a blind eye.
100%.
Brandon, where can they find you?
Bran_flakes with choosies on Instagram. Bran 2 underscores because someone fucking took my username. Bran 2 underscores flakes with choosies on TikTok.
Love it. Did you try to get the username?
When I first joined, but then I was just like, it looks like 1 underscore no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I tried to get mine and she said it had sentimental value. And I was like, bitch.
What?
Like what? Anyways, you guys know where to find me. Sofia with an F, Franklyn with a Y on all social media platforms and subscribe to the YouTube. Talk to you next week, Sloots. Bye.